Hi, everybody. My name is Hillary Brody. If we haven't met before, if you're joining the class for the first time, if you've heard this already, then we welcome you again. I work with and meet children here in the Los Angeles area, and currently I'm working with the whole national team to be bringing offerings like this. As I'm sure most of you are aware, but in case not, AMIT is one of Israel's largest educational networks with more than 37,000 students, and for the past 3 years has been voted the country's #1 educational network. AMIT's teachers and principals, education is really the core of giving the whole child whatever they need to be their best selves. And so our focus is really, how are we supporting these students who are either on the socioeconomic or geographic periphery? How are we empowering them to be the strongest, best version of themselves so they can be the best contributing citizen to Israel and to Jewry across the world? These days, while AMIT is not in the actual classroom, we are providing online distance learning, and they're really doing a lot of work to be engaging children and working with families to meet all of their needs to really help them continue to support the children in the best learning possible. And today's chair yoga program is part of our mind body series. And this is something that we do on a macro and micro level at AMIT. This notion that taking care of ourselves on a holistic level helps us thrive is something that's a big part of the AMIT curriculum. And so we welcome you here today. We really thank you for coming. And I am going to pass it now over to Judi, and she is going to introduce herself a bit and take us away.
Well, welcome everybody. It's always such a pleasure to reach out across the miles to California. I'm in Albany, New York. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for over 40 years, and I've also been teaching yoga and meditation for over 25 years. Currently, I serve as the Senior Health Education Coordinator for Jewish Family Services here in Albany with the NORC, which is a sub-agency within JFS that helps seniors age in place. So a big part of aging in place is staying well, because all other options are not options if you're not healthy enough to live independently. So core to that program are these wellness offerings like yoga. And I, first of all, want to extend my apologies on behalf of that great internet ether out there. For those of you who were here last week, we got cut a little short because my internet decided to take a nap. So we're trying to strategize to find ways to not let that happen again so that you have a complete practice. So what I will be doing is next week, originally it was supposed to be this would have been the last session, but we are going to go next week as my way of saying, I'm so sorry. I really want to be with you for the whole time. So I hope you can join us next week. And Hillary will also explain at the end more things that are in the works to work on. So I'm going to go to my chair now, and we can all do yoga together. So we always begin our practice by centering in order to bring our minds and our bodies together in one moment, in one place. Because our thoughts are always pulling us here, they're pulling us there, they're pulling us every which way. We're going to do our centering, focus on the breathing. And this week's class is going to be pretty energizing. So just a little caveat. It's really important when you're doing yoga to take care of yourself, to recognize when your body is saying, that's enough for me, I don't need to go any further, maybe I need to just sit and breathe and rest. Know that you do not need anybody's permission to do that. You just take care of yourself. So we'll be focusing on movements and breathing that bring up some energy, that clear out the cobwebs and help to welcome spring. So finding a comfortable way to sit, allowing your back to be straight, preferably a little bit away from the back of the chair so your muscles can engage. Feet flat on the floor. And I like to begin by just rolling my shoulders a few times. That's where the tension always wants to build up. So I want to encourage my shoulders to relax. And I'm going to circle in the other direction. And then bringing my shoulders up towards my ears, creating fists with my hands, tightening the muscles of my arms, pressing my feet into the floor, perhaps clenching the jaw, and then letting all of that tension go with a ha. So now you can either allow your eyes to close, or you can look unfocused gaze at the floor in front of you. It's a time when we begin to notice who it is that we bring to our practice today. Body, mind, energy, heart, spirit. Beginning with the body and just simply noticing any place that you might be holding on to a little extra tension or tightness or discomfort. Not judging, just noticing. Becoming aware of the energy that you bring this morning. Any emotions that might be along for your practice. And then becoming aware of the busyness of your thoughts, pulling you back into the past or ahead into the future, and bringing those thoughts just to the breath. The breath is your anchor in the moment. And then if it feels comfortable, allowing your breath to deepen and expand. So it begins way down in the belly and moves up through your chest to your shoulders, and exhaling from the top down, shoulders, chest, and belly. Breathing in, filling the body. Breathing out, releasing anything that no longer serves you. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing your thoughts and your attention back to the breath as often as you need to. Taking in one more deep inhale and releasing it. Noticing how you feel. And then when you're ready, opening your eyes. Great, welcome back everybody. So we'll begin with the upper body, breathing into the sun breath, arms coming up and arms coming down as you exhale. If you choose, you can look up at your hands as you breathe in and drop your chin to your chest as you breathe out. Breathing in, gathering energy. Breathing out, releasing tension, negativity. Coming into the moment. So the next time your arms are lifted, letting yourself hold in mountain pose. Reaching up through the fingers as you relax your shoulders down your back. Finding that 3-part breath, belly, chest, and shoulders. And seeing if you can keep it going through your whole practice. So I'm just going to take a hold of one wrist with the opposite hand and stretch the side body. Oh, and feel free to let out any grunts or groans or sighs. Nobody can hear you. It's just your practice. Inhale, come on up, switch sides, and reach over like a rainbow. Feel the whole side body opening. Good. Reaching up one more time into mountain, and then allowing your arms to float down. So we're going to do a little version of the twist here, but we're going to up the ante a little bit, up the energy by repeating from side to side. So it's going to be breathing in and down, breathing up and exhaling. And we're going to do it pretty fast. So if you get tired, if it feels uncomfortable, just either slow it down for yourself or just sit out this dance until the next posture. So here we go. Breathing in and exhaling. Ha, letting the breath go. Breathing in and let it go with a sound. Ha, good. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale and twist. Ha. Reach up, fill your lungs. Exhale, let it go. And breathe and twist and breathe and twist and breathe. And this time, when I twist, I'm just going to hold here. Building a strong seated foundation with feet flat on the floor and shoulders relaxed. Good, we'll breathe in and reach up and exhale to the other side and hold. Again, shoulders relaxed, breath steady. Line up your chin with the center of your chest so your neck is protected. One more deep breath in. Come on back to center. Separate your feet a little bit wider apart. Let your hands slide down your leg and just fold forward. Allow your head and neck to be very relaxed. You can shake your head yes or no. Coming up to seated position, you can either walk your hands up your legs or engage your core, hands at hips to sit up. Take a breath. We're going to do some repetitions of the half sun salutation. And if you remember from earlier classes, the sun salutation is not just a series of movements, which we call a vinyasa, but it's also a breathing technique. So depending on whether you do the postures quickly or slowly, changes the amount of how your energy moves. So because we're focusing on energy today, we're going to do it rather quickly. And again, if it becomes too much, if you get tired, feel free to stop. Beginning with your hands in prayer position, gently pressing your palms towards one another to wake up your arms. Breathe in, sweep the arms up. On an exhale, do a little back bend. Breathing back to mountain, and now open your arms, fold forward, let the breath go. Palms to knees, breathe in, come up halfway, exhale and fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. Reach it back, exhale. Taking the breath in and letting it go. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in, let it go again, completely, good. Palms to knees, come up halfway, exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Reaching back, back to mountain and back to start. Breathe in. Reach it back on an exhale. Breathe it back to mountain. Open your arms, fold. Palms to knees, breath in. Exhale and fold. Sweeping those arms up. And reaching it back. Back to mountain and back to your heart. Last time, breath in. And out, let it go. And back to mountain, folding forward. Ha. Palms to knees. Exhale and fold. And then sweep those arms up, gather in all that wonderful energy and draw it right back to your core. Take a minute to check in with the beating of your heart, your breath. Maybe your spine feels a little more open. Maybe your breath feels a little deeper, a little quicker. Noticing whatever there is to notice. It's all a great learning experience. So let's work on the lower body a little bit. We're going to march in place. So as I'm marching in place, I'm keeping my upper body pretty quiet. That helps you engage your core. You can add the arms if you like, just like you're walking down the street. Good social distance while you're walking. So I'm going to add a little bit of a challenge here, which will bring up some real energy and work the core. I'm going to bring my opposite knee to the elbow on an exhale. Here we go. Maybe your knee comes up just a little, maybe it comes up all the way. That's fine. Letting that breath go with a ha each time you bring that knee up. Ha, 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 ha. And the next time your right knee comes up, let's say hello to it. You can hold on behind the thigh or below the knee, or you could just hook your yoga tie underneath the thigh. Let your other foot rest firmly on the floor. Relax your shoulders. Find your breath. And let's circle that ankle. Just drawing some nice full circles. One direction and then switch it up. Go the other way. From here, we're going to move into the figure 4 stretch, which is the stretch that's so delicious for your lower back. So your choices are to cross ankles, knees, or if you'd like, you can let the right foot rest on top of the left thigh. Take a breath and grow tall in your seat. Press down on the knee, pull up on the foot. If you want a little more sensation, you could actually lean forward and let the weight of your torso deepen the stretch. Nice, easy breaths, relaxed shoulders, noticing the sensation and staying with the breath. Head is relaxed. And let the next inhale bring you back up. Uncross. And we'll go to the other side. So I'm going to walk a little further. This feels really good on the soles of your feet too, to pump the arms. And let's try bringing the elbows and opposite knees towards one another. Letting out the breath as you do this with a ha, 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 ha. So the next time your left knee comes up, let's give it a squeeze, sitting up tall, relaxing the shoulders, finding something to engage your attention about this movement. Good, and ready for the figure 4 stretch on this side. I always like to enter the pose in stages so my body can inform me what it needs to do today. Sitting up tall, pressing down on the knee, pulling up on the foot, and adding the weight of the torso if you choose. It's just a suggestion. Shaking your head, relax the neck. And let's let the next inhale bring us all the way up. Mindfully uncrossing the legs and taking a couple of breaths. So the breathing techniques that we do in yoga are called pranayama. Prana is the life force and yama means to control or expand. So we use the breath in various ways to energize the body, to clear the body, or to calm the body. So we're going to do some energizing breaths today. We're going to do an active exhale, the breath of joy, and something called pulling prana, which is a lot of fun. So the active exhale, I'm going to ask you to separate your feet just a little bit wider. Is an active inhale in, and then 3 exhales through the mouth as you fold forward. So here we go. Breathing in, exhale 3 times forward. Let your head hang down just for a minute. And then release that, breathing in as you sit up and take a breath. And we'll do that a couple more times. Breath in, exhale 3 times forward. Try to blow out every bit of that exhale. Let it go. Release that, breathe in, sit up. And once more, breathing in, exhaling forward. Let your belly press back towards your spine as you exhale. Great, release that, breathe in, sit up, and take a few breaths. What you might notice when you're doing some of these techniques, because you're getting more oxygen in your body than maybe you're used to, is sometimes there's a little bit of lightheadedness that occurs. Should that happen, just stop what you're doing, let your breath return to normal. It should be fine. All right, so the breath of joy is a lot of fun to do. It reminds me of somebody conducting a wonderful symphony. It's 3 breaths in with the arms, and then an exhale and a forward fold. So we'll do that pretty quickly, and again, if it's too much, just slow down or stop completely. Sitting up tall, here we go. Breath in, breath in, breath in, let it go. Ha, good. Breath in, breath in, breath in, release it. Ha, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, let it go. Ha, really swing those arms, generate some heat. Ha, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Ha, couple more times here, breathe in, and let it go. Last time, breath in, breath out, breath in, let it go. Ha, and hang down, just like a rag doll. Ha. Hands to the hips, engage your core, and let's come up to a seated position. Again, let your breath normalize. Take a couple of just regular, easy breaths. So all of that energy that's out there, we want to bring it into our core so we can use it. So let's reach forward, let your spine round in a cat tilt, and then exhale, ha, draw your fists in, draw your chest forward. So inhale, reach forward, exhale, ha, good. Inhale, exhale, ha, 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 ha. Ha. Let your arms come overhead. Reach up, pull it down. Reach up, pull it down. Ha. Ha. And then reach up and hold in mountain. Maybe you feel a little tingly in your fingers and arms from all that energy. Breathe into your whole body. And then slowly release your arms down. Close your eyes and notice whatever there is to notice. So I would guess that some of you have taken a Pilates class, and Pilates is all about core strengthening. We're going to do a version of something called the Pilates 100 that we've adapted so we can do it seated in a chair. So you're going to extend your legs. Heels can be on the floor if you like, or if you want more of a challenge, you're going to lift and point your toes. So the muscles in the whole front of the leg are awake. My back is still away from the back of the chair. The arms extend, and I'm going to pump my arms as I breathe in 4 times and out 4 times. The legs stay quiet as we do this. Everybody ready? Here we go. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Blow it out. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. If you get tired, you can always put your heels down. And in, 2, 3, 4. Couple more sets. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Last set. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. And let's see if we can hold here just a little bit. You may want to pull your torso through, really working those abs. Great. Release the feet down, release the arms. Let yourself fold forward to release those muscles. Catch your breath. And coming up to a seated position, either walking your hands up your legs or engaging your core and hinging up. Take a breath. We're going to come up to standing and do some standing work, but we're going to come up through chair pose so we get a little extra strengthening in there. So to do chair pose, you're going to move your feet back slightly and notice your heels want to lift up. The minute we start to stand, allow your heels to drop down. Don't stay up on your toes. Hands to the hips to begin. Feet are about hip width apart. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, engage your core and stand straight up. Don't straighten your knees completely. You want the muscles working. Good, and if you'd like a little bit more intensity, you can extend your arms forward or reach them overhead. Find the breath. Breathing completely. Belly, chest, and shoulders. Good, and exhale, lower the arms, straighten the legs. Take a moment to notice how you feel. And just jiggle your legs a little bit. Good. So let's come to the side of our chair. I'm going to stand on the left side of my chair. Good. And let's inhale, come on up on the toes, and exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift up, and exhale down. Good. And just allow your feet to rock from side to side. And we're just checking out what's going on with the feet, with balance today. And you can circle on your feet. So trying to feel the whole outside and inside edge of both feet. We're going to begin our standing practice with some leg extensions. We know when we do balance work, as we did some balance work last week, that the supporting leg gets quite a workout. So things to remember is to keep the knee soft on the supporting leg so the muscles can do the work instead of the joints. We're going to do leg extensions, 5 to the front, 5 to the side, and 5 to the back. As you're doing your extensions, try not to compensate with your upper body. What do I mean by that? So if I'm bringing the foot forward, my upper body stays quiet and I don't rock back. From going to the side, it's a little movement. I'm not rocking towards the chair. Going back, I'm not rocking forward. I'm keeping my upper body quiet. So the movements will actually be quite small. So here we go. Softening that supporting leg, 5 to the front. Breathe in and lift. Exhale and lower. In and lift. And lower. And lift. 4. And 5. And we'll go right to the side here, lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. Breathing in, breathing out. And to the back. It should be a pretty small movement. You should feel it all the way up to your glutes. And just standing still for a minute, can you feel all the work that that supporting leg was doing? Very strengthening. Okay. So let's move into tree pose from here. I'm going to shift the weight again to the leg closest to the chair and exhale, press down into the soles of the foot. Bring my other knee bent out to the side. You can bring your foot up higher if you like. I'm going to keep mine on the floor. Build your branches with one arm or both arms. So we know with balance work, the breath is very important. Keep exhaling into the sole of your foot. Keep breathing. Gaze is steady, breath is steady. Wonderful. Breathe in and exhale. Hands comes to the heart. From here, we'll move right into warrior pose. So I'm going to take that outside leg, which is my left leg. I'm going to step it back. Sink down into your hips and allow your hips to square. You can release the chair with one arm or both arms. You can breathe in. So your gaze is important here. If you're challenged with balance, I suggest you look at the floor or directly ahead. If you want to challenge yourself, direct your gaze upward. Make sure you're breathing. Really feel that belly breath. Great. And then exhale, lower the arms. Step your feet together and take a breath. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to begin with the leg extensions. Again, making sure that the upper body stays quiet while you're moving your legs. We'll begin with 5 to the front. Breathe in and down. Breathe in and exhale. And 3, and exhale. And 4, and exhale. And 5. To the side. 2, 3, 4, and one more. 5. To the back. Small movement. 3, 2 more. Good. Lower it down, and again, notice what's going on in your supporting leg. We'll move into tree pose. So bringing that outside foot, bringing the knee out to the side, breathing, exhaling into the sole of the supporting foot, adding your branches. I've been noticing all the beautiful blooming spring flowering trees around Albany. It's such a joy. Gives me hope. How about one more breath here, if you can? Great. And then exhale, lower the hands. Let's move into warrior on this side. So I'm going to step my right foot back. So notice how the right hip tends to go back. You want to square it. So both hips are squarely facing forward. Release the chair if you feel comfortable doing so, adding your arms, adjusting your gaze in a way that's accessible and comfortable. Nice, steady breaths. Release the arms, step your feet together, and take a pause. So let's come over back to the other side of the chair again. We're going to work on the archer pose, which is a pose that builds balance and also focus and strength. And we actually form the bow and arrow with our arms. So I'm going to begin by bringing my right hand to the back of my head. So the back of my head is resting in my open palm. And then I'm going to extend my left arm and gaze just beyond my thumb. Keep drawing that elbow back, the bent elbow. Now take a walking step forward on your left foot. And then as you exhale, slowly rotate your body as far around to the left as you can. Keep drawing that bent elbow back to open the chest. Find the breath, find the gaze. Let's inhale now and slowly return to the front. If you're getting tired or if you're having difficulty with balance, you can always keep one hand on the chair. Remember, the chair is your partner in yoga. So I'm going to take a walking step forward now with my right foot. Really ground myself, draw the elbow back, and begin to rotate again to the left. Elbow back, breath steady. Good, and inhale, bring it all the way back. Releasing your hands and stepping your feet together. Take a breath before we go to the other side. That's a fun pose, and it's kind of challenging. It's kind of fun. Okay. So remember, you can always keep one hand on the chair. You don't need to use both arms. So I'm going to change my bow and arrow here. This time my left arm is going to bend, back of the head in the palm of the hand. Right arm is going to extend in front. And I'm going to fix my gaze just beyond my thumb. Take a walking step forward with the right foot. It's not a big step, just a normal length. When I feel grounded, I'm going to rotate to the right. So my gaze is tracking my thumb all the way around. The elbow is moving back, the heart is opening. So let's return to center. By moving slowly, it really assists with balance. Good. So a walking step forward now with the left foot. Let the knees be soft. And let's rotate again. Don't lose that breath. Keep the breath moving. Very important. And on an inhale, glide back to the front. Step your feet together, release your hands to prayer position. And take a minute to check in with your body, your energy, your thoughts. And if there's any self-judgment coming up, just brush it aside. This is your practice. All that's important is it's time for you. Wonderful. Let's take a seat. I usually like to finish up my practice with some kind of a twist, just to move the energy upright through the body so it gets to all those places that really need a little extra TLC. So let's begin with the right arm, stretch it out, sitting up tall, exhaling, bringing that palm to your left knee, left hand to the side of your chair. Lengthening with each inhale and twisting slightly each time you exhale. On an in-breath, coming back to center, and we'll go to the other side. Left arm reaches out. Palm comes to the right knee, right hand to the side of the chair. Growing taller each time you breathe in, gently rotating as you breathe out. Being gentle with your neck, keeping your thoughts squarely in the moment. Breath by breath by breath. On an inhale, we'll release back to center. So we always finish our practice by just sitting quietly, because yoga is all about teaching us about who we are, bodies, minds, spirit. So now we just sit, allow the eyes to close, connecting again deeply with the breath, but without changing anything about how you're breathing. Let it be as if the breath is breathing you. And we notice how the practice has affected us physically, mentally, energetically. Knowing that nothing needs to be changed or fixed in any way, that it's been a perfect practice for you. Bringing your attention back to the breath as often as you need to. And now letting the breath expand, adding some final stretches, movements, letting out any sounds, any grunts or groans or yawns. Free to be who you are in this moment. Open your arms really, really wide. Exhale, wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a hug. Maybe we're social distancing, so we all need more hugs. Open again really wide. Oh, and then stretch around in the other direction. Give yourself a squeeze. Honor yourself for taking this time to refill your well. Bringing your hands to prayer position in front of your hearts. I salute you and I honor you and rejoice with you in this wonderful practice. Om Shanti. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from fear. And may all beings everywhere know peace. Namaste. So I'm going to come up a little closer to the computer. If anyone would like to chat for a few minutes. And I've always told Hillary that, we might have thousands of miles separating us physically. Hi, Joshua. I'm always accessible by phone. Obviously not at 2 o'clock in the morning. Remember, there is a time difference here. Or email, Yoga Judi, YOGA, JUDI, at AOL.com. If you have any questions about your practice or would like some suggestions for resources, I am always here. So, Hillary, do you want to talk a little bit about what's planned?
Yes. So, thank you so much, Judi. It's a wonderful class. I really feel the benefit that you're bringing to us from these sessions. And so I'm so grateful we could all be doing this together. So as you mentioned, we're going to be proceeding with this series with one more Wednesday, which is an honor and we appreciate it. And then we are glad to announce that we are going to be doing another series with Judi. So it'll be another 3-part series, same time, same day, same place on Zoom here. It's going to continue. It's also welcome to people that haven't joined at all, so it's not required that you did this and that. It's going to be a gentle yoga, so continuing with the chair yoga practice, gentle yoga and mindfulness tools, stress reduction tools. The gifts that Judi's bringing us is this practice and also giving us little tidbits that we can be carrying with us throughout our day and week. So I really invite you to come join that. It is going to be a different Zoom link, so you're going to want to re-register for that series, but we can address that after next week's class. So thank you again, everybody, so much. I will be sending you a follow-up email with these recordings, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Can I speak to Judi?
Absolutely. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Phyllis Kaur.
Hey,
Judi,
Phyllis.
thank you very much. It's wonderful. It's the first time I've been on this chair idea. It's a very good idea. I have a problem with my left shoulder, so I can't raise my hand up. I mean, it's too painful. It's not good for me. I don't think so.
You mean just doing this general overhead stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything to do with my left shoulder. I feel it, and I don't know what to do about it with this program.
Well, what I would suggest, Phyllis, is that you work with just the one side of your body that doesn't have limitations. You can certainly let the shoulder that's hurting you rest. And hopefully with time, it will get a little bit stronger. You'll be able to do a bigger range of motion, but we're all working with challenges and, strengths and limitations. And it's always finding that balance. I mean, my practice over the years has changed. Much. I mean, I'm 74 now, so I'm not doing the same kind of practice I was doing in my 20s. But it's a blessing because yoga is about you. It's really about you. And it's about getting comfortable and not judging, not when you feel those sensations in your shoulder, just say, that's a sensation. I need to be careful. I need to notice that. And just be kind to yourself.
It's a good word. It's a good word. Where are you doing your exercise? Where is this from? Is this from America or from Israel?
Albany, New York.
Albany, New York. Okay.
Yeah. Were you here for the introduction when I introduced myself?
No.
I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for over 40 years. And I work with Jewish Family Services here in Albany as the health education coordinator.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much. And to follow through, who will be able to connect with me or connect by following through? This is always through Amit or privately? How does that work?
It's through Amit.
Yeah, so we're gonna be following up after this. I'll send you an email with all these recordings and then reminding you about next week's session and then the link for the next series. So I'll make sure to send you everything.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very
Yes,
much. I
we're so
appreciate it.
glad
Thank
you're
you
here.
for joining us, Phyllis.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you.
Thank you,
Have
everybody.
a good evening and a good day. Oh, Henny,
Well,
how are you?
Hi, Phyllis.